Once upon a time, in a classroom filled with eager students, there stood a table with an empty jar. The teacher had brought the jar with a purpose that she hoped would leave a lasting impact on all her students. Grasping the empty vessel, she brought out a bag of round stones from behind the desk and started putting them in the jar one by one until the jar could not fit any more stones. The teacher, seemingly satisfied with what she had achieved, sat down in her chair and took a small sip of her tea. With a warm smile, she looked up at her students and asked, "Is this jar full?" With unwavering confidence, the students looked at the jar and responded in unison, "Indeed, it is full." The teacher then set her tea down next to the jar, picked up a small bag containing pebbles, emptied it into the jar, and gave it a gentle shake. The students watched with a mesmerized look as all the pebbles settled comfortably in the gaps between the round stones. The teacher once again looked up and asked, "Now, is it truly full?" Believing that the jar had reached its utmost capacity, everyone showed their agreement confidently. The teacher now pulled out a box of sand, amidst the excitement that was clearly starting to build in the classroom. She poured the sand into the jar while gently shaking the jar. When the box was empty, the sand had taken up the leftover space between the stones and the pebbles. As the students whispered excitedly amongst themselves, the teacher once again repeated her question, "Is it full now?" Seeing that the jar was finally full, the students, who were now beaming with confidence, nodded in agreement. The teacher, however, had one final act in store. She reached around the jar to pick up her cup of tea and proceeded to empty it into the jar. The tea filled the final remaining pockets of space in the jar. Laughter erupted from the students, and the classroom came alive with joy and excitement echoing through the room. When the laughter subsided, the teacher took the opportunity to explain the profound meaning concealed within the jar's transformation. She said, "Students, this jar, along with all its contents, is a reflection of our life. The round stones represent the most important things in life, like our families, children, health, and cherished friendships that breathe purpose into our existence. These are elements of our life that if everything else was lost and only these remained, we would still call our life full." The moment of joy and excitement that earlier filled the classroom was now replaced by one of contemplation and intent reflection. The teacher continued, "The small stones represent slightly less significant things in life, like our job, career, house, car, and other material possessions. While these are also important in life, they should not take priority over the most important things. The sand is everything else. Imagine if we had poured the sand in first, we would have had no space for the important things, things that are life's true treasures. Therefore, pay attention to things that are crucial for your happiness, comfort, and fulfillment in life, things that are central to your being. If you have children, take time to play with them. Take time to have meals and build cherished memories with your parents and siblings. Spend time going to the gym for exercise to maintain your physical and mental well-being. There will always be time to do small things. For example, keeping your house clean, doing laundry, playing video games, and watching TV." The student sat still with silent contemplation. Pleased that her message had been received and the purpose of the jar had been served, the teacher started getting ready to leave when a student raised his hand and asked, "But what about the tea?" The teacher laughed out loud and said, "I am delighted that you asked. The tea symbolizes that no matter how full your life may seem, there is always room for a cup of tea with a friend or a loved one, giving you an opportunity to laugh, joke, think, dream, or smile to yourself. For these are things that fill you again with energy and provide the capacity to review and renew your life that lies ahead of you." With this, the teacher finished her lesson and left, while the students felt a newfound understanding in their hearts, ready to embrace life with its round stones, pebbles, and sand, along with the ever-present cup of tea.